You know, I wonder how many people, when they put in this, thought this was an actual genuine horror game that they were going to play for the PlayStation 2. Like that. Like sound effects like that. Well, let's see exactly what happens when we hit play, shall we? Nope. It's a movie. What movie is this? Well, it goes by the name of... Well, let's see. How many people have ever heard the phrase, if you die in the game, you die for real? Like a meme. This is where it's come from. This is Stay Alive. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the review. I am an annoying person that unfortunately likes to talk to a camera and try and say that I know a few things about films. Try. Sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, we're talking about Stay Alive. Ooh, I didn't notice this. This is actually quite interesting. This is something unique. Ooh, look, do you see that? Do you see that? That means no kitten. That means we're getting a special thing, boys and girls. And that also means no kids, so the kids can make like this box. Now, you might be saying, what exactly is so wrong about, well, something like this? Nothing. I don't really know of anything wrong with it. Well, that's not true. I do kind of know what's wrong. This would be the first and only time that Disney would release a slasher film. And you probably will figure out that they failed bad. This lovely film was done by Disney when they reopened Hollywood Pictures, which had been dead for so many years until this film brought it back. And it's sad to say that this was a great way to start out, Disney. This was a stunning start. This was wonderful you to start with. The film was directed by William Brent Bell, and if you ever have heard of William Brent Bell, or have never heard of him, if you've ever heard of the movie The Devil Inside, and you know how bad that is, he was the product of that garbage piece. Now, there is something kind of interesting about Stay Alive that most people won't know unless you go and look in the IMDb, so I might as well go and say this. Even though this was filmed all the way to 2005, this was the last production that was done in New Orleans before Hurricane Katrina hit. Yeah. This is the last film before Hurricane Katrina completely just snapped up NOLA. Okay, I'm getting a little bit off track, so what's the plot of the film? Well, it basically involves a mysterious death of a friend, and for a group of teens, essentially figuring out why their friend died is kind of funny to think about it, but it lies within the mystery of the game called, well, Stay Alive. And essentially, it hides underneath something that normally would be pretty interesting if the script was written properly. Yes, this is a movie about gaming, about gamers, and about video games. And the writers know absolutely nothing. That's telling me,
oh my god, we looked this up probably on Wikipedia, and we seem to have found horror games that'll fit perfectly with the script, and we'll be able to reference them, and yeah, we're so relatable to gamers. We're so relatable to gamers.
no, you're not. You're just two Hollywood writers in which this is the first script you wrote. And it sucks. It sucks. every so often there are times where we flash into the video game world of what's being shown on screen, in which for 2000s, which is when they released it, which was around 2005, 2006, which was mid. And they're playing it somewhat looking like a PlayStation 2 graphics. But the problem is, around 2006, the Xbox 360 had just been released, the PS3 had been announced, the Wii was just about to release, and, well, Sega was no longer a video game developer. You might be wondering why exactly I'm bringing this up. It's because within the movie, they try to fit in so many gamer references that are laughable. I mean, they reference Silent Hill 4, but the conversation that they're having about one of the games isn't even in Silent Hill 4. It's Silent Hill 1. There are many things about this film that could have easily worked. I mean, if the writers would have taken some more time to kind of get in touch with horror gamers or get in touch with gaming culture as a general, then they probably could have written a script that was very good. But they didn't. And it shows. It also kind of shows that they don't know how to make horror films. They don't know exactly what could be scary about this. It just seems like a first draft that should have been rewritten immediately after turning it in. So, there's another aspect of this film that mainly happens in the cut that I have, which is the director's cut. In the PG-13 version, there wasn't a lot of swearing here. One character, who's named Phineas, swears like a sailor. And it's not funny. It's just dumb. It's unnecessary. Like, I know around this day and age, teenage video gamers like to swear like teenagers. Tweens, they like to swear like, oh, I said the F word, I said the R word, I said the C word. I'm funny. I know how to game. No, you're just crying and whining and raging whenever you lose a match on Call of Duty. And many people will look at you as just a crybaby, or someone that does not know how to take loss, or losing a match, or losing a horror game. Also, another aspect of this film that bothers me is when the group of friends plays Stay Alive in order to honor their dead friend. There's a little bit of an issue because around this time, online multiplayer was becoming kind of a big thing. But it wasn't perfected. I mean, it started around the days of Xbox Live on the original Xbox, which even then wasn't perfect. But in this, they have multiple players on on these many different consoles and many different TVs all in one room. And then Miller, the other friend, all the way in an office building with, I don't know even now how. He's playing a copy of the game, and Hutch never gave him a copy of the game. Now, many people could say that Hutch gave him a copy. He burned him a copy. That's true. But it shouldn't be running that well, and also, this game doesn't really exist. It's an unreleased game. How would any of them know how to copy over the mechanics to another disc? Are any of them programmers? Are any of them game developers? No. My money's on no. To sum up, basically, this is a bad horror film. It's a bad slasher in which, in this day and age, that's very sad. Especially when the cover looks like it could go directly into a $5 bargain bin Walmart. That's not how you want to market your horror film. It looks, I believe that low budget filmmakers that are actual gamers could make a movie that is 10 times better because one, they know the culture because they've been a part of it. Two, they actually know what they're talking about. And three, Hollywood does not know how to make video game films. They have tried and they have tried and they have tried, but I can name numerous examples of which they have failed. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Super Mario Brothers, Max Payne, Hitman, Hitman Agent 47, Assassin's Creed, Doom Annihilation. Hell, I could just even name some Uwe Boll films. Let's see, what else do we have? We have House of the Dead, Far Cry, Postal. We have Alone in the Dark. Oh, that infamous worst video game movie ever? Yeah, I'm bringing that puppy up because it deserves a little bit of recognition of a drinking game to play. What the film kind of does successfully, it's a film. I mean, the camera angles are nice, the cinematography looks nice, the actors actually look like they're trying, even though probably some of this script is so laughably bad that it just could easily been another paycheck for them. I mean, even from units, probably, he probably needed money. I don't know how much Malcolm in the Middle is paying him these days. Especially when the rights of many of those songs have prevented his series from going on DVD. Yeah. Licensing is suck. So as far as I'm concerned, if I'm gonna give this a rating, I give it as standard as a horror film, a 1. A 1. 1 broken controller out of 5. And that makes me sound like I rage at a bunch of games if I have only 1 broken. Sounds like I'm good at rage games if I only have 1 broken controller. That actually sounds... That doesn't sound bad, but I do say this. If, even after seeing just the cover art and hearing about the phrase, if you die in the game, you die for real, you still want to watch this, I say watch it with friends. Hey, even play a game with this. Every time there's a gamer reference that either is just dropped in the film or doesn't make sense, take a shot. Or any other time the dialogue is so laughably bad, take another shot. I trust you, you probably will be stone dead by the time you finish the film. In which, with that game, you'll actually need to stay alive, I guess. So, even though this is probably not the best review of a bad horror film or a bad slasher, I hope you did somewhat get a bit of enjoyment out of it. Even though the production looks like it was done today. But if you actually did watch it, thank you. If you made it to the end of the short, thank you. But I'm going to go do something that probably will help ease my mind. So instead of watching another bad horror movie, I'm gonna go play a genuinely good horror game. I know.